I want us to delve into one of those first points on the agenda of the President William Ruto, and that is, of course, the issue of the 6 judges that we have debated on this show, on many other shows over the last couple of years. The 6 judges that were nominated or appointed by the Judicial Service Commission were rejected by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. They were part of the 41 judges. Let me begin with you, Ishmael. It was something that he promised to do in an interview conducted by my colleague and boss, Joe Ageo. He told Joe that on day 1, he will appoint those judges. As a legal practitioner, what was your view on that?
No, I mean, both the intention and the action are actually great, because it is a step towards, obeying the law. And everybody was saying, I mean, whether you are head of state, whether you are a wheelbarrow, handcart pusher, you should obey the law. And there was no reason why the former head of state refused to actually swear in the 6 judges. And there are options. You appoint them as required by the law and share your intelligence, and then again there's a tribunal to remove these people in case there are justifiable reasons why they should be removed. So we were never given any reason, Ben, why did Uhuru Kenyatta refuse to appoint the 6 judges as had been cleared by the JSC. But it's also perturbing and quite surprising, because you see, when you go to State House, you go to become a president of the people, and you can never delete what has been done by the past regime. Delete, it's not possible. You can try to correct this and that. So my humble expectation was that the head of state would come up and say, okay, the intelligence we had from the former president, because the president as it is, President William Ruto now has that intelligence. I mean, he should share and rubbish it and say, look, this is why the former president was not doing. We are entitled to know as citizens, why did Uhuru Kenyatta delay? He did not reveal. So William Ruto has come in as the president of this republic. He ought to have come up and say, now, the reasons were actually flimsy. I can tell you that there was nothing. It was A, B, C, D, E. So we've never been told that. No matter, however, now they have been sworn in, and I think it is it's a good gesture. It's a good thing, and it's a right direction towards the rule of law.
Nyaribo, what's your point? What's your take on that? And also the fact that the president was very generous on the judiciary, heaping lots of praise on them, of course, for the Supreme Court petition declaration, and even saying adding more money to the judiciary, 3.2 billion more money to the judiciary.
Just to start from where you have left in terms of heaping praise to the judiciary courtesy of the decision that was made by the presidential petition, I think as a legal practitioner, what I usually say when I go to court, there is no winner or there's no loser. Everybody goes and presents their case. At the end of the day, it is the judges who will apply the facts and the law to be able to make a decision. Right. So for me, what I make is that at the end of the day, a decision had to be made. And remember that both parties had already committed to obey the decision of the Supreme Court. Not like they had another option. They had, of course, they had to obey it. But then what I think at the hindsight of the president's mind, although I'm not in that mind, is to try and empower the judiciary so that at the end of the day, it can stand bold as it's meant to be. Remember, severally we have had issues during the Maraga time, several run-ins, which at times some people came out and said, look at Maraga, CJ Emeritus now, he's crying over I'm a citizen, and all those issues. So there have been a not so healthy relationship between the judiciary and the executive. And also that explains why the conversation around the judiciary fund, it was one of the best, it was one of the big topics during the campaign trail. And remember that the judiciary fund just got operationalized, I think, in June, just a few months before the election. And what the president now was trying to say is that we are going to fully operationalize the judiciary fund, which is a provision in the law. And then at the end of the day, let's continue bolstering the fund so that the judiciary can stand tall and make decisions as it's supposed to be. Let me tell you, as practitioners, and my senior will tell you here, that sometimes we feel sorry for, when you go into some courts, we feel sorry in terms of the sorry state of even the infrastructure in some of these courts. So if we are to have a robust economy, if we are to have investor confidence in any country, then you have to have a judiciary that not only resolves disputes in a just manner, but also in a timely manner. Coming now to the issue of the swearing in of the judges.
Yes.
I mean, the law is clear that the president ought to swear in, appoint and swear in judges as recommended by the Judicial Service Commission. Remember that the president has a considerable amount of representation at the Judicial Service Commission. In an event where, as a president, I feel that, of course, my representatives at the Judicial Service Commission, led by the Attorney General, have a responsibility to come back and tell me, Your Excellency, we are conducting this for these judges, and I think we have adverse information about the Judge ABCD. I feel that there was a failure in terms of transmission of information and goodwill, having the Judicial Service Commission, where the president has representatives, I believe 4, and then the names are forwarded, and the president comes back and says, you know what, I cannot appoint this one and this one and this one because I have information ABCD. Why didn't his representatives at the commission give that information to other commissioners to help them make an otherwise decision instead of forwarding those names for appointment and swearing in, and then the president backtracks? Remember that the hands of the president are tied when it comes to making such an appointment. Right. Once the Judicial Service Commission present the names of who they have deemed fit to be able to be appointed, then it's incumbent upon the president to do the honors of gazetting and appointment and swearing in. So it was a slap on the face seeing the president not coming out and saying why exactly the judges had not been appointed, right, and also his representatives at the Judicial Service Commission, so this keeping mum.
Was long overdue.
I mean, for me, it was long overdue,
okay,
and I am glad that the president did commit on several occasions that, hey, on day 1, after putting the Bible down, I am going to gazette and appoint these judges.
All right.
And it happened as he had promised.